Did Deion Sanders just set the record straight and approve of the New York Giants as a potential landing spot for Sheduer Sanders? What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. If you guys are enjoying the content, as always, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring the channel. You guys know what it is. 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. Second and third are 125% as long as you use the promo code YouTube150. YouTube and the numbers 150. All right, so let's get into it, man, because now I'm just going on Twitter and I'm scrolling, and of course, it's that part of the season where we are going to take any clip that we possibly can find. And listen, I am a culprit of this as well. I do the same thing. I'll see any type of clip like I'm doing right now and in response to a take or something like that. So the storyline, as you guys know, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that Deion Sanders does not want the Sheduer Sanders to be drafted by the Giants. Now, do I think you would actually pull in, because that takes some balls, man, to actually pull in Eli? Do I think you would go that far beyond and pull in Eli? I don't know about that yet, but it is very clear there is a preference of where Deion Sanders wants his son to go, and that being the Raiders. He's already told Antonio Pierce in front of a bunch of people to draft those Sanders boys.
Now I just need you to do one thing. I need you to draft those Sanders boys next year.
And there is this growing sort of take and controversy that Deion does not want the Giants to draft Sheduer Sanders. He doesn't want Sheduer to go to the Giants. Now, I've made videos about this, plenty of them in the past. Even guys that are close to him, like Shannon Sharp, they talked about possibly pulling in Eli, and he said he would do it for the wrong organization, and guys that want to win, guys that, you know, are going to take care of the quarterback. The Giants haven't done that over the course of years, so there's reason to believe that the Giants fits that, those teams that he doesn't want Sheduer to be on. Even Shannon Sharp even came out and said on another episode, he even said Deion Sanders was not going to let Sheduer go to the Giants. He said it.
Prime ain't gonna let that happen.
I tweeted
Prime ain't gonna let that happen.
Now, it's from Shannon Sharp's mouth. They are very close. Deion and Shannon Sharp are very close, but it's from Shannon Sharp, not from Deion. I get that. I'm not going to say that's proof, but there is reason to believe. Now, there is a clip that's been going around. This is the second time we're going to be using a clip from the Adam Pacman Show. I didn't even know this was a show until we made a video about Cam Ward, but now we're going to see another clip, this time about Deion and Sheduer Sanders, so take a look.
I'm about to put God back on the platform right here. All right, put your hand like this for me right quick. We're finna pray right quick, come on. Oh, no, you can pray anywhere where you want to go. Where you think God going to take them boys?
Oh, that's a good one. I have no idea. It depends on who's
all right, I'm going to just throw it out. All right, hold on, let me throw it out there. Raiders slide up to get the #1 pick.
Do they have to slide?
Well, they're #2 right now.
Okay, who's one right now?
I think Giants are #1. Giants, right?
Giants are not going to give up that pick. They're not going to give up that pick. The Giants are not giving up that pick.
Giants pick #1.
I know that
#1 pick.
Sheduer's going to be the #1 pick.
If the Giants are #1 pick, who's the #1 pick, Pop?
Sheduer's going to be the #1 pick.
All right, so Raiders go #2. Who's the #2 pick?
See, that's when the game starts to play. That's when you start playing the game. That's when the Raiders could go with Cam, okay? Or it could be some junk in the game and the Raiders could take Trav.
I can see that. All right,
or they can slide back.
I'll take you off the hot seat.
All right, so as you can see there, everybody is chopping this up as, and this is no disrespect to anybody because people I know and love have said the same thing, but everybody is saying that this is like a complete endorsement, approval of the Giants drafting Sheduer Sanders and Deion being okay with it because he kind of shrugged it off. I don't think you guys know what pulling an Eli is, but it's not trading the pick prior to making the selection. You guys know that Eli Manning was still selected by the San Diego Chargers, or they were San Diego at the time, right? He was still selected by the San Diego Chargers, and the trade came afterwards. So all Deion Sanders said, and he's very smart and slick when he said this. I don't know why he said it like this, but all Deion Sanders said was, well, the Giants ain't going to give up that pick. I mean, they're not going to give up the pick. And Pac-Man was like, well, you know, who is going to be the number one pick? He's like, Shedeur is going to be the number one pick. He is going to be the number one pick, and the Giants aren't gonna give up that pick. So, saying that the Giants will draft Sheduer Sanders, that's not endorsing Shedeur to the Giants. That's just saying the Giants are going to draft Sheduer Sanders. You guys know how what pulling an Eli is. So listen, like I said, I'm not going to come out here and say that Deion Sanders is definitely going to pull an Eli if Shedeur is drafted by the Giants. I'm just saying that this is no way, shape, or form of Deion approving of the Giants drafting Sheduer Sanders, of him allowing Shedeur to play for New York. Like I said, just talking about this is kind of asinine. Just talking about this kind of stupid, because although I love that they pulled the Eli, like Eli pulled the Eli to the Giants. I love that part, right? You benefit from the bad things that happen, and you think it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it should ever happen again. I remember there was controversy back when Joe Burrow was being drafted. I believe, when was he drafted? 2020? And everybody was saying that, you know, Joe Burrow's going to pull an Eli with the Bengals. And I was first one to say, like, listen, I don't think it should happen. I don't want that to be a norm in the NFL. Because, listen, yes, a terrible team is going to be selecting number one overall the majority of the time. 9.99 times out of 10, a terrible team is going to be drafting number one overall. And the best quarterback is going to be going to the worst team in that year. So basically, you'll see that every year. If we make this a norm, it's going to be every year. It sucks that we have to talk about it, because Deion publicly said that he is not opposed to pulling an Eli, but he even said this, and I said this in another video, and I put this clip in there, but I got to put it in there again, so check it out.
Will you step in and do some of that if it's the wrong organization and say he ain't going there?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it publicly. I'll do it privately.
Got to pay attention to what he's saying. He even said he's not going to do it publicly. He's going to do it privately. Do you guys think when Adam Pacman on a podcast asked Deion, and of course, like this is all like marketing. This is all like publicity and stuff like that to get Shedeur's name out there. Like, this is normal stuff. This is normal draft stuff. Every prospect goes through it. Every prospect goes on podcasts, things like that, right? And Deion's kind of the spokesman for I guess his three boys, because, you know, you got Shedeur, you got Shiloh, and you got Travis Hunter, who's like his son in a way. He would never go on this any podcast and single out a team, especially a team that has the potential of having that number one overall pick. He is not going to put that in jeopardy, putting Shedeur in danger of not going number one overall, because you guys know that by selection, there is a price point. By selection, a lot of these players are paid by selection as well when it comes to the rookie contract and stuff like that. So having that number one overall pick, and especially having that, you know, put in the history books, you know, you don't want, because your dad is going off about how you don't want to be drafted by a certain team. You don't want that certain team to kind of skip out on you, and that's the reason why you don't get selected number one overall. You know what I'm saying? So it's not an endorsement at all. I just think it would be stupid for Deion to single out a team like the Giants and say, I don't want my boys going to the Giants. He's not going to say that. And then the fact that you guys really think that he would come out and say that, and by him not saying that, that's him approving of him going to the Giants. Listen, there is a list. I'm sure there is a list where Deion Sanders says, my boy is not going there. And who are we to think that the Giants are not on there? Sure, biggest market in the world, but this is the worst market when it comes to playing the quarterback position. Eli Manning, although he's one of the most loved football players in New York history, when he was playing here, he got lit the hell up every single week for any little thing that he did, okay? People, the newspapers, now it's Twitter, now it's social media, but back then it was more so newspapers, it was more so mainstream media, sports channels, tearing Eli Manning apart, even to the point where we're still kind of debating if he's a Hall of Famer or not. The spotlight is on New York players no matter how bad the team is. Vegas, although they have the California market, now they have the Nevada, Las Vegas market, it's nowhere close to New York. Nowhere close. So there is a legitimate sort of concern. Although it's a huge market and it can make you a lot of money, if things go wrong, it can be you could spiral extremely bad. Especially if you're like guys like Deion and Shedeur who are in the spotlight constantly already. Going to New York can be a big deal. So again, for the 4th time, because I don't want my comments lighting up and saying, you think Deion's going to pull an Eli. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. All I'm saying is that based on everything he said in the past, based on what other people have said about him in the past, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Deion would pull an Eli with the Giants. And all I'm saying is that clip that we just went over on the Adam Pacman Show is not an approval and not a debunking of everything that he said before. Okay? That's it's not an approval that he would allow Shedeur to go to the Giants. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We got some things coming up this week. I just finished my Shedeur breakdown. I don't know if I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video on both the quarterbacks in one video. So I just finished Shedeur. I'm going to move on to Cam Ward in the near probably sometime this week, and then I'll let you guys know my thoughts on who I think is QB1. So that being said, again, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you all in the next one.